You've been fighting a war over a rectangle, and you lost. Welcome to the age of symmetric engineering. That little oval isn't a port, it's a surrender flag. Before the rectangle, we worship the trapezoid. Insert it wrong 3 times and the plastic cracks. That isn't user error. That is structural fatigue meeting terrible tolerance stacking. So engineers tried to fix it, which only created a brand new nightmare. They flipped the geometry, made it reversible. The middle pin cluster isn't decoration. It's a geometric lie that tricks your brain into skipping the orientation check. But now every pin does double duty, which means the handshake protocol had to evolve. USB-C doesn't just carry electricity, it negotiates it. A 24-bit cryptographic handshake between charger and device. The port asks what you want. The brick replies. Latency spikes while they figure out who's driving, which brings us to the real villain. Apple's Lightning, Samsung's old pogo pins, engineering terrorism disguised as innovation. Closed ecosystems are just walled gardens with expensive toll booths. You weren't buying a cable, you were buying loyalty, and loyalty has a terrible thermal efficiency rating. Standardization broke the walls. Brussels dragged the entire industry into the light, not because of bureaucracy, because consumers were bleeding money for identical rectangles. But one port carries data, video, and 200 watts. How does physics allow that? Copper traces fighting for space next to high-current lines. Electromagnetic interference is no joke. Signal degradation ruins video output. Power surges melt cheap controllers, so they added fallback modes, which brings us to the beautiful compromise. USB-C promises one port to rule them all, but it's actually a compromise wearing a tuxedo. It lies to keep you plugged in. Gallium nitride bricks replaced silicon. Efficiency jumped past 80%. Lithium-ion cells stopped swelling like angry balloons. Chaotic standardization beats polished monopoly. Your phone survives a drop. Your laptop charges faster. Your dongles finally stop gathering dust. You think you're paying for the cable. You're paying for the R&D that stopped you from breaking your port every 1999. So stop mourning the old days. The rectangle is a necessary illusion. It hides the bandwidth bottlenecks. It masks the negotiation latency. It pretends physics isn't screaming. And thank God it does. Because freedom looks exactly like a standardized oval. Plug in, charge up, and never look back at the trapezoid. The lie worked. The standard one. And honestly, we deserved it decades too late. Drop your worst proprietary cable trauma below. Let's argue about who actually owns the future of charging.